Hi folks. Something just struck me. And it was wow. It was a wow moment. I recently did a few videos. Yeah. One of them was as a son, I could not have rejected what Father was bringing. As he prepared me, it's who I am. Next one was as a son, alone since before birth, and mainly since. So no other to go to other than God. So I know who I am and why. And in the recent video I mentioned that, and I have for a long time now, that my purpose is to point to the Father. That is my job. And that my life was about that. Even before I realised it, even before I knew about God, my life was always going to be about that. And so I know the meaning of my life. So if someone asks me what's the meaning of life, I can tell them the meaning of my life now. And that's why, to a certain degree, I am at peace with things. And that's why now I'm not stressing. That's why now none of that stuff that used to bother me bothers me. Because I know who I am and why. And I know my purpose. So therefore, I understand absolutely and totally. A few years ago now, God told me that I've had my two worst fears happen. So therefore, there's nothing left to fear. So in a meeting with the that church that was online, I said that, and Carly, she wasn't actually on the picture at that time. She was, on the online thing. Then she rushed back to see who said that, because, obviously that's really important for people to have no fear. So therefore, she was quite excited to see who said that at the time. Or maybe that was a day when I said I won't die. She rushed back. I'm not sure which one. But one of them, that happened. And I thought, that's interesting. But again, yeah. So therefore, no fear, because I know that there's no reason to fear. Because if God can see the big picture, then I know that if I'm doing what he wants me to do, and I'm trusting him, and I'm looking at him rather than the issues, then nothing can happen unless God wants that to happen. So therefore, why fear? When you understand that, there's no reason to fear at all. And so, well, and purpose, yes. My purpose has been for a long time now. At least understood for a long time now. As I said, it always has been, but it's been understood for a long time now. About 2 or 3 years. That I'm a son, and as a son, my purpose is to point to the Father, because that's the job of a son to do that. Because the Son of God, what did he do? He pointed to the Father. So therefore, okay, then that's my job. Because it's about relationship with the Father, so therefore my job is to help people to understand that, to know that. And again, the situation is with regards to churches and stuff like that, if people don't want to listen, then turn to other people. Go to another place. Because the Lord said, if people don't want to listen, then don't go back to them. Wipe your feet so the dust from them is not on you anymore. Just leave and don't go back. The Lord actually said that, so therefore, yeah. Well, absolutely right. I can't argue with that because, yeah, Yeshua said that. So, can I argue what he said? No. Because he is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. So therefore, yeah. A bit silly trying to argue with him, really. So therefore, yeah. But that's the point. You're supposed to go away from those people, because if you're trying to actually help those people when they won't listen, it doesn't help you. You have stress and you're worrying and that sort of thing. Yeah, that's not good for you. So the reason he says leave and don't go back is because it's about you, not them. Because for them, if they don't believe right now, what's the point going back later? Because the reason why they don't believe right now will be still there later. Especially if you're going. Maybe it should be someone else going. And maybe they will believe them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care. If God wants to use someone else in the future for those churches to believe, then good. Do I care? No. Not at all. No. Why should I? I say it's not my job. My job is pointing to him, and obviously, if people don't want to believe, then okay. Yeah. It's not my problem at all, what it says. If they're not in the right place to believe, then obviously, yeah. In the future, hopefully, they will be in the right place to believe. Well, some of them will believe in the future, but not all of them. And again, that's okay. That's not my problem. Not at all. Because in the future, hopefully, there'll be a lot of people who believe, and it would be my job to help them. So therefore, obviously, yeah, I need to think about them rather than the people who don't want to believe. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it is really good knowing who you are and why. Yeah. You're a person, yeah. And what you need to do in your life, I know now the reason and the purpose of my life. Yes, I know now. So, yeah. That's the point. So there you go. I'm going to leave you now. Enjoy. It's now quite late. It's 12:39 a.m. So it's time for bed. I don't mind going to bed quite late because more often than not, I stay awake for a few hours when I go to bed anyway. So going to bed a bit later is often beneficial because then I go to sleep a bit earlier. So there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Be a blessing. Be blessed. And have a fantastic weekend ahead and everything else. Enjoy. You take care. God bless. And bye-bye.